Azure Active Directory always stays in the spotlight when it comes to authorization and authentication. For Kubernetes, it is no different. AKS supports Azure Active Directory integration so that the associated users and groups can then connect to the cluster. Azure Active Directory would be the single source for account management and security. To obtain a kubectl configuration context, a user can run AZ-AKS get-credentials command. And then when the user interacts with the kubectl to manage the Kubernetes clusters, they are prompted to sign in with Azure AD credentials. In Azure AD, you define roles and then assign users or groups to these roles. The roles or the role definitions are then scoped to a particular resource or a resource group or a subscription. Let's chat about roles and cluster roles, okay? So roles are used to grant permissions within a Kubernetes namespace. So before you assign permissions to a user using RBAC, you define these permissions with the help of a role. You will then assign the users to this role. Cluster role is a bigger concept. So if you like to apply permissions to the resources across the entire cluster and not a specific namespace, you will then use cluster roles. So the role is there to assign permissions within a namespace, and cluster role is there so that you assign permissions across the entire cluster.